You slept 8 hours, you woke up exhausted, not groggy, not slow to wake up, actually exhausted, like you haven't slept at all. It isn't just mornings. There's a particular kind of crash that arrives in the afternoon, sudden, heavy, the kind where you genuinely can't push through it, where you're sitting in a meeting or a conversation and you feel yourself going offline. You have tried going to bed earlier. You have tried exercising more. You have tried coffee, cutting coffee, earlier nights, longer nights. And the exhaustion is still there. Not the same as it used to be. Something heavier. Something that rest alone isn't touching. There is a reason this particular kind of tiredness doesn't respond the way tiredness used to. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is, why it is happening to you specifically, and four things that actually move the needle. This is perimenopause fatigue, and it is one of the most common and most misunderstood symptoms of this entire transition. Here is the number that puts this into perspective. In a cross sectional study of 17,000 women utilizing the Flow app, 83% of women aged 35 and above shared fatigue and exhaustion as the most common self reported symptom. So, why is it happening? There are actually not one but four reasons for it. The first is estrogen's direct role in energy regulation. When it fluctuates and declines, cellular energy production becomes less efficient. The second is progesterone. Progesterone has a natural sedating, calming effect on the nervous system, and it promotes restful sleep and emotional stability. As it declines in perimenopause, sleep architecture shifts. You spend less time in deep restorative sleep. You wake up more easily and more often. And because deep sleep is when our body repairs itself, less of it means more fatigue the next day, regardless of how many hours you were in bed. The third is night sweats and hot flashes. Even if we do not fully wake up, a thermal disruption from a night sweat puts us out of deep sleep. This fragmentation accumulates over nights and weeks into a sleep debt. The fourth is thyroid and adrenal disruption. Estrogen and progesterone don't operate alone. Their decline affects the adrenal glands and can disrupt thyroid function, both of which are central to energy regulation. Is it hormonal fatigue or is it something else? This is the question most women are quietly asking and not getting answered. Here are the conditions worth ruling out if fatigue is severe or doesn't improve with the strategies below. Thyroid dysfunction, specifically hypothyroidism, produces fatigue that feels the same as perimenopause fatigue and becomes more common in women over 40. A simple TSH blood test screens for this, and if you haven't had thyroid levels checked recently, it's worth requesting. The second is iron deficiency or anemia. Heavy or irregular periods are common in perimenopause for some women. If blood loss has increased, iron stores can deplete faster than they are being replaced. Fatigue, brain fog, and cold intolerance are all symptoms. A full blood count and ferritin test will show this. The third condition is depression. Fatigue is a primary symptom of depression, not a secondary one. The hormonal changes of perimenopause increase susceptibility to depression significantly. If the fatigue is accompanied by persistent low mood, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, or feeling of hopelessness, that warrants a direct conversation with a doctor, separately from the hormonal picture. If you have had thyroid, iron, and mood assessed and the results are normal, or if the fatigue began clearly alongside other perimenopause symptoms, hormonal fatigue is most likely the driver. Let's begin with the first strategy to reduce fatigue. The goal isn't more hours of sleep. It's about getting more time in deep sleep where the body actually repairs itself. Number one, temperature management. Keep your sleep environment at 18 to 20 degrees Celsius or 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. A cooler room reduces the thermal disruption of night sweats before they fully wake you up. Using breathable bedding, cooling mattress pad, a light fan helps maintain the body temperature. Number two, alcohol. Did you know even one glass of wine in the evening suppresses slow wave sleep? During stretches of severe fatigue, try cutting evening alcohol for 2 weeks and observe the difference yourself. Number three, is consistent wake time. Waking at the same time every day, including weekends, is the fastest way to begin restabilizing cortisol's natural morning peak and reducing the erratic overnight spikes that are waking you up at 3 a.m. Strategy number two, eating for sustained energy and not a spike. Let's look at three nutritional targets with specific relevance to hormonal fatigue. Number one, blood sugar stability. Estrogen normally helps regulate insulin sensitivity. When it fluctuates, so does the blood glucose. The result is energy that spikes after eating and then crashes, especially after refined carbohydrates or sugar. Pairing every carbohydrate with protein or healthy fat smooths that curve. The mid afternoon crash that feels so overwhelming is very often a blood sugar event. Eating a protein rich lunch also helps reduce the significance. Number two, magnesium. Magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those involved in energy production. It also supports sleep quality and reduces cortisol reactivity. Deficiency is extremely common, particularly in women under chronic stress. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate are natural magnesium food sources. A magnesium glycinate supplement in the evening is one of the most commonly reported game changers for sleep quality in perimenopause. Number three, B vitamins. The B vitamin complex, particularly B12, B6, and folate, is directly involved in energy metabolism at a cellular level. B12 deficiency becomes more common after 40 as absorption decreases. Strategy number three is movement. Movement when you are exhausted feels counterintuitive, but the evidence is consistent. Low to moderate intensity exercise reduces perimenopause fatigue more effectively than rest. The keyword is intensity. Aggressive, high intensity trainings when you're already in adrenal stress can spike cortisol further and worsen fatigue. Walking, swimming, cycling gently, yoga, strength training at a pace that feels sustainable are some of the exercises that will benefit. The fourth strategy is about when to escalate. If fatigue is significantly affecting your daily function, it belongs in a medical appointment. Frame it clearly. I am experiencing persistent fatigue that rest isn't improving, alongside other symptoms of perimenopause. Ask for the blood panel above and ask specifically whether hormonal support, including HRT, could address the root cause. You now have a framework for what's happening, why you're still waking up exhausted after 8 hours of sleep, and the four strategies that can help. Pick one thing from each of those strategies. Start this week and give it 2 weeks before you judge the results. If this gave you something you didn't have before, subscribe for new episodes every Sunday. And do share in comments what is hitting you the hardest. Is it the morning exhaustion, the afternoon crash, or the 3 a.m. waking up? Take care.